When the repair skill starts gaining experience, you will notice a reduction in repair time when a module goes out of commission.
Tracks, turrets, viewfinders, even the engine may need a couple bangs from a wrench after a lucky shot from the enemy.
If you need to repair a module instantly, you can use a small repair kit, which you purchased before the battle began.
You can also purchase the large repair kit, which adds plus 10% to the crew repair speed.
Now, once this kit is used, that bonus is gone, but every single damaged module is fully repaired.
Some tank commanders prefer to install a toolbox, adding plus 25% to the crew repair speed.
If you can tell the difference between a wrench and a torsion bar, we'll make a mechanic out of you yet.
Good luck, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 5 Qualifier 1. I'm Joshua Gray, and joined by Randall Holcomb as always. We want to remind everybody to please follow us on Twitter at WGLNA, Facebook.com/WGLNA, and use that hashtag as well for us to find your tweets easier to put them up on the broadcast. Randall loves it. Our production crew loves it. We love it. Thanks for the support, and thanks for your thoughts and opinions on what you think about 7x54, your first impressions so far. We're digging it. We like it. We enjoy the type of tension that these teams are displaying on these maps so far.
Yeah, and the strategies coming out are interesting, new. They might settle. We might see a meta evolve as the season comes, but right now it's so fresh and new that the flux that has been created is still trying to settle. And everyone's still trying to discover the best way they want to go about doing this. And every team is still deciding which way they want to go. Is everyone going to be hyper-aggressive? Are we going to see different kind of styles? Are we going to see a wide variety of tactics and styles from each team?
Betting is open once the match begins. The bottom people, the people that are not betting or they don't have enough points, they're not going to be eligible to get a cool prize. However, all you have to do is follow the syntax and follow the Twitch chat. And if you came a little bit late, maybe got a couple of them wrong, it's okay. Top 50 performers when it comes to points are eligible to receive a prize. A prize will be chosen randomly, and our social media guy, Dan actually Shakes Morse, will take care of that. Let's go ahead and check the roster real quick for both these teams. We've seen them play earlier tonight, but now, once they know that they're Gold League contenders, I wonder how they're going to perform.
A win's a win. I mean, that's what you want.
A win's a win, yeah.
I wouldn't settle for anything less. So we've got interesting lineups for both teams. We've got 5 RU-251s, T-49, and a T-37 from Simple Tankers. They will be the red team, and they are attacking. Penguin Mafia, blue team in the north defending, will bring a Pershing T-69, 3 1390s, a T-49, and a T-37. So that T-49 is coming out again. And for Simple Tankers, they're going to put Executus in it.
Looking at the movement of Penguin Mafia, who spawned to the north in the blue. Again, defending, as Randall said. Simple Tankers on the aggressive. On the attack, a T-49 from Scrublet. Look at this tank. Look at that cannon. That is a giant Dr. No to any opponent.
That is a big gun.
It's huge. Right. Look at the hard stats in that T-49 later. I've been comparing the 251 and
it's about soft stats with American tanks, Josh. Soft stats. You've made this argument before.
Oh, wait. I do have the hard stats on the T-49. We'll get to that later, though, as the engagement. Whoa! Blacksbra! He's like, get out! Move back! Both the T-49s unleash hell into each other's faces and then leave the battlefield as Laxra got caught in that T-37 and pulled all the way down the mountain. Tofu Smurf gets the first official kill against Penguin Mafia. Traded fire still continuing between Simple Tankers and Penguin Mafia. Wolf Knife Laser Bacon. Trying to land another shot here.
I hear just shells echoing out, but Wolf Knife is not taking a lot of damage. He's surprisingly staying alive. And there goes the Laxbra, getting a little too aggressive, going for Executus. Executus sitting up high, might be able to let out another shell soon.
Wolf Knife falls to Tofu. Triumph, the Insult Tanker, has not been hit yet, but he's in a prime position to unleash hell against Simple Tankers, now peeking around the corner, but they get another kill. And Scrublet has fallen. Gigmaster could be the next one to go. Angry White Guy, Tofu Smurf, missing 2 of those shots against the 1390. Unknown One gets behind Gigmaster. And now it's only 2 tanks alive for Penguin Mafia. Simple Tankers still has everybody left alive! Executus gets the Goomba from up top. And Canadian Mono is the only one left. from around the corner.
And here he comes. He's going to begin an engagement. He's up in the mid. Raised position, gets to 0 his shots. He's trying to pick a target, though. Who's he going to go for? Because it is actually 6v1. And, well, I think that's pretty clear.
I think it's pretty clear what's going to happen there. Pub Whisperer is going to jump on top of this flag cap as well to make it go even quicker. It's still 3 tanks on the flag cap will increase the flag cap rate, and every time a tank is hit, it'll reset those points on that individual tank. So if you have a bunch of tanks on here and it's spread out, they're all accumulating points, but still the max acceleration speed is times 3, the 3 tanks that are on top of it. 10 seconds left. A bounce shot and a little bit of a dance hall going
Spinning. That's adorable.
3, 2, 1. Canadian Mono cannot get the reset, and they get the kill and the base capture. Simple Tankers takes battle number 1. T49 action, not once but twice. That initial fire when they both met each other was, to me, a big surprise for both sides. But also the Goomba was quite a classic play as well.
It was well done.
How much damage did the T49s do? Let's figure that out.
I want to go look.
Scrublet, look at this.
Oh, isn't it
3,
beautiful?
2,
Surprise.
1. Boom. Cowabunga.
Executus, you
In
magnificent
slow motion,
tanker.
too. In slow motion. Here we go. Can't miss it. Worth it. That is an excited man.
Yeah.
That is an excited individual to be part of the Gold League right now. Let's take a look at the hard stats of how well these T49s performed.
Okay, so Executus was able to go for 2 for 2. It's all he got out the entire battle, and he does 1,026 damage. The first shell, I think, is all that really counted. I don't know what happened with the second one. I think it may have even just not been effective. It seems like it penned. But Scrublet, 1,972 with 2 for 2. Something happened with one of Executus' shells where it penned and it didn't really do any damage.
Sure.
And he made up a little bit more, breaking 1,000 by being able to Goomba. It was well played. It was well played by both of them, but you can see how 1,000 damage or more by all of the RU-251s on the side of Simple Tankers. Sorry, I forget Pub Whisperer. I was going to ignore that, but he did 800. It was just
It's okay.
all of
It's
them
all right,
doing...
Pub. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. All of them doing sufficient damage. It's a good spread, each of them carrying their load.
And they clocked in together, too. They made it to the same spot together. And once that T49 engagement happened, Simple Tankers started to trade fire from the rocks. They're starting to win that engagement. And then after that, they started to inch closer and closer and took the battle. That's only the first battle, though, against Penguin Mafia. As we move into battle number 2 on Cliff, Simple Tankers are still the attackers against Penguin Mafia's defense. Will be the same story. What do we have for tanks?
Same story for Simple Tankers. 5 RU-251s, T-49, T-37. No big deal there. Defective, fast, sets the tempo, and gets control of the middle of the map early. Penguin Mafia with a Pershing T-69, 2 1390s, RU-251, T-49, and a T-37 are looking a little bit slower. I'm worried about the Pershing and the T-69. 1390s and RU, T-49, and the T-37 can all make it to the middle very quickly. But Executus, again, he's got a sick jump at the beginning of this match. And he's going to be able to go up and over in the middle and get a shot out there. Now, if Scrublet is in the right place at the right time, he can counter this, but Executus is primed for early damage.
As they approach the rock section here, T49, Scrublet, and Executus could meet each other again. And look at this, Simple Tankers taking a lot of map control and unleashing hell against Gigmaster for 381 in that volley. Blaze Zero takes 27, he gets hit as well. Simple Tankers is matching this aggression. Executus takes down Gigmaster, falls back after taking 2 hits for 477. Scrublet trying to push forward to punish Executus. Executus can either stay and try to fight. Scrublet actually gets tracked from long range. Executus turns the corner. And Scrublet, can he get the shot? They're dancing back and forth. Executus gets it. Scrublet trying to line it up. And he gets the kill. Thanks to Canadian Mono softening his target.
And we need the high ground taken back for Simple Tankers. Wallax is going to move up to attempt that. But down below, the rest of his team is vulnerable. Canadian Mono and Scrublet with the high ground are going to have an easy time putting shells to him. Scrublet cannot be allowed to remain on the high ground. He must be pressured out of this position. And he is about loaded, looks for a shell, fires.
And gets it for 582 against Unknown One, but he takes a hit for 268. Canadian Mono has not taken any damage yet in the RU-251. Now he gets hit as he misses a shot against Tofu Smurf. Scrublet continues to dance back and forth, waiting for that reload to get a killing blow against Unknown One or possibly Tofu Smurf. Canadian Mono hit for 228, now backs up. Scrublet still up top, is in that high pressure scenario for Simple Tankers to hug the bottom of that hill, and now Canadian Mono is down less than half health. Angry Waikai takes a hit for 232, and Laxbra starts to get around those rocks. Kraft Lawrence in the T-37 way far away from the fight. He needs to make a decision. Get into the firefight or go for the flag cap.
He must have been disconnected or something for a moment. He's back now, though, and he could come in and get some flank fire. What exactly is Scrublet waiting for? I think he's the angle to be right. Unknown One fired once. I thought that was the window right there for Scrublet to move, but maybe that wasn't communicated.
Well, I'm following Laxbra at this moment, who has decided to go east. I'm an advocate for east side play, at least back in the older format. Now it's a little bit different, but Laxbra is going to do his best to get behind Simple Tankers, not only to scout, but to do some damage in this T-37. Continuing to inch forward, still maintaining his distance to get away from the danger. Shot fired from Scrublet, not sure if it connected. 129 damage from T-37 Laxbra. He gets hit on the side, and he could be the next one to fall. He wants to take down Tofu Smurf, though, before he does. He can't get it. Tofu Smurf gets the kill, and now full-on aggression from Penguin Mafia for a second to get a full wrap-up here.
Kraft Lawrence needs to make some hits, not going to be able to do it. Triumph is able to stop him. So many tanks are sitting at one shell away. Scrublet is so low, but so are the members of Simple Tankers.
And Triumph is going to press in, gets the kill against Tofu. He has the HP to afford it, and he's going to pull back.
What is the answer for Simple Tankers? Penguin Mafia has it. They've got the numbers. They've got more hit points right now. Wolf Knife needs to move up, and that's going to be it. Just clean it up from there. That should be the answer for Penguin Mafia to even the series up and get themselves started on getting control of this series.
Simple Tankers takes another hit. They need to move out of this position now, but Unknown One looks like he is tracked, and they're focusing on the 26 Blaze Zero, and they lose Unknown One. Staying in a position, trying to get that kill. They keep focusing on, if I can just get this shot, but they can't get it. Angry White Guy's the next to fall. Penguin Mafia has one tank left to destroy, and Pub Whisperers going on the east side from the southern approach.
Yeah, odds are against him, but with the hit points like Penguin Mafia has, part of me dreams for that one match where he just clutches it all. Although now out in the open like this,
Gets one. Canadian Mono falls. He takes a couple hits. Blaze Zero and Triumph now moving in. Triumph is going to be such a threat, depending upon how many shells he has in his autoloader, but he's going to move up first. He sees Pub Whisperer, locks in a shot, doesn't connect. Misses another one. Pub Whisperer lands a shot and moves very closely to the edge here.
Oh. Do you remember, what season? Was it season 2?
Must have been season 2, but this is not the same.
Please do it again.
It's not the same cliff edge.
Oh, come on. It's a different cliff edge, but it's also a cliff edge.
And they're waiting to try to pounce on this.
Come on,
on
do
this
it.
tank.
Jump on him. Come on, Wolf Knife. Come on, Wolf Knife.
And Wolf Knife goes for it. Publisher says, not today. Wolf Knife chases after him into the breach. And both these tankers will drown, but that's going to be a victory for Penguin Mafia. And he goes down.
That was beautiful. Oh my gosh, Penguin Mafia, I love you. And Simple Tankers too, jumping off the cliff. You can't take me alive.
Yeah, that's that's a pretty heroic way to go. Well done. 1-1 so far between these two teams. Joking aside, though, we have to look at what went wrong for Simple Tankers. They had the lead, it seemed at the beginning, but the T-49 from Penguin Mafia was a constant threat and dealt significant damage in that position.
Yes, when you lose your own T-49, you lose that high ground control, now you've got an opponent sitting there with the high ground control. You are down below. The entire layout of Simple Tankers was such that if they wanted to do anything, they needed to have the high ground secure. They needed that safety net. And without that, they were just not able to really set the tempo like they wanted to. Everything they had to do was a reaction. They couldn't make their opponent react at all. They didn't have the resources to press.
Scrublet was 3 for 6. So he missed 3 of the shots, obviously, but those 3 that connected did 1,000 damage. The thing is, this is at position of pressure. We talked about in the previous battle. That will be a continual thorn in their side because they cannot get out of that position at the base of the hill. And they kept deciding, Simple Tankers kept deciding, let's pull back a bit, aim up, and try to get those shots. Let's pull back, aim up, and try to get those shots. Because if we can kill one of those tanks, then we can execute our strategy. It didn't happen. And they kept taking more and more damage, more and more damage, more and more damage. And then in the end, there's no more tanks to execute the strategy you want to do, which is probably swing around to the east side, get on the flag cap, make them come to them.
Something like that. That could have worked. They didn't decide to shift position, though, when it needed to happen. They waited. They lost their T-49 on the hill, and with that control. From there, they tried to regain control instead of shifting position and maybe trying to figure out what to do next or change everything up. But that just didn't happen, and that is why they get torn apart.
The tables have turned now as Penguin Mafia will be the attackers and Simple Tankers the defenders. Currently tied 1-1 as we jump into battle number 3, still on Cliff. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
We have same lineup for Simple Tankers as always. RU-251s, 5 of them. T-49, T-37, and Penguin Mafia will have a Pershing T-69, 2 1390s, that RU-251, Scrublet again in the T-49, and the Laxbra in the T-37. So much of the same from both teams. Doesn't matter what side they're on, they're going to go for about the same approach. Maybe. At least as far as tanks. I want to take back that because
We'll see which side they're going here.
Simple Tankers have had some inventive strategies, especially on the attack. Maybe they have something on the defense for Cliff. They need to get tempo control. Middle control is important in this, at least to defend your base, or at least just to have control of the entire battle, really. It's the center point of Cliff. Or you can go east.
Or you can go east, which Simple Tankers is doing.
Right.
East side, but a little bit of peppering here coming from Kraft Lawrence and Executus to maintain a presence in the center. To keep this idea, oh, nice shot from Kraft Lawrence of, hey, they're still going to fight here, but that's not the case.
Here it goes.
And here they come from around the corner. Scrublet's going to be up top, and he's going to try to get away from the fray as fast as he can, as the rest of Penguin Mafia is going to have to turn their turrets maybe a little bit too late. Simple Tankers needs to focus on one tank, and they take down Triumph in a super executed move, but Scrublet takes down Tofu Smurf in a one-shot, one-kill scenario. Gigmaster maybe the next to fall. Canadian Mono is low as well. Pubmaster goes down. Gigmaster is going to fall, and Unknown One is going to be the next target of Penguin Mafia. But Canadian Mono is focused by Wallhacks and Executus. One more shot, he will go down. I'm waiting to see which tank Executus. Well, can't tell now because Scrublet takes him out. That was a smart play by Scrublet to take out the most amount of danger as fast as possible, at least for an alpha strike. Unknown One and Angry White Guy know that Scrublet's going to be reloading. They think, can we go for the initiation against him? No, they cannot. And so they're going to hug the bottom of the hill, but this is the same scenario we saw him last time where Scrublet was up top. Kraft Lawrence goes down in the T-37, and now 3 tanks remain for both sides.
We need to see Simple Tankers switch it up again, and they're doing it right. They're staying mobile because they cannot afford to stay under the gun of Scrublet. Scrublet has a beautiful angle to the west of the lighthouse. Now, to the east, he can get shots, and it looks like he's lined up for it. Wallhacks is directly below him. Oh, 380 into the top. That's actually surprisingly low as far as damage from a T-49. I would have expected a straight-up kill, but I guess the position it landed, not as effective. And he's going to be able to walk away with a surprisingly little amount of damage. I'm
surprisingly so far, but as long as his teammates are able to recover or at least cover him, maybe it could be okay. But here comes Penguin Mafia trying to set up a flank to the side as Scrublet will maintain that danger in that T-49. Angry White Guy, Unknown One, and Wallhacks are all at either half health or below, and Wolf Knife, Laser Bacon, and Blaze Zero are closer to full HP. This is going to be a tough fight for Simple Tankers.
Angry White Guy is the first one to be exposed. Wolf Knife, Blaze Zero have easy shots, but looks like they're going to go for Wallhacks instead.
Scrublet lines up a shot against Unknown One. Can he get it? Fires and gets it, and so does Wallhacks. He falls. Wolf Knife, Laser Bacon, and Blaze Zero now focusing on Angry White Guy, the last tank alive for Simple Tankers. They're going to crash into the side and get the kill, and Penguin Mafia now leads the series 2-1 as the attackers, they took that victory, and we'll see one more battle on Cliff, and then we'll switch on over to Steps. This T-41 on the Lighthouse is proving to be the effective measure.
Yeah, the T-49 on Cliff is a strong tank. He's dealing 1,956 damage with 3 shells this time, and some of those landed exactly when we needed them to. Right in the middle of a fight, Scrublet is able to get shots on target just when they need to, and good focus fire from Penguin Mafia. I have to give them that. They were being focused well, but when Tofu Smurf went down, that wasn't just the T-49 shell. I saw 2 or 3 other shells hit the tank simultaneously. All of them knew exactly what their target was, the call was made, and they executed well on it. Now you see Simple Tankers, they try to shift this position to get control of it and put it back on their ground. They're also chasing one of the lower tanks and trying to outdistance the mediums. Now, there's the shot I was talking about. Scrublet gets Executus. He was almost full health, and that shell landed just as it needed to. Little RNG helping him at that range. The accuracy of the T-49's 152mm cannon is not that great.
It's tough to manage.
Yes.
It really is tough to manage. It's one of the lower points of the tank, but the strengths is the mobility and the firepower. It's obviously not as fast compared to an RU-251, but it's fast enough. The reason that shot was so important, though, on the Executus T-49 is because that tank was almost loaded. And he knew that timing, and he was about to fire, and I'm sure he wanted that kill, and he probably would have got it. But that changed. From that moment on, that changed the nature of the battle happening down below. And so on Cliff, Simple Tankers needs to figure out a way to stop that T-49 from doing so much destruction up top. And if they are unable to do that, then Penguin Mafia doesn't have to change a single thing to what they're doing. Battle number 4 between Simple Tankers and Penguin Mafia is about to begin. The final stage of Cliff for attack defense. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
All right, little change up here, guys. We have 2 RU-251s, a T-54 lightweight, and 3 T-49s with the T-37 in there. That's a big change for Simple Tankers. Penguin Mafia is also getting a little silly. Pershing, 2 T-69s, 3 T-49s, and a T-37. All right, they're getting silly now. This has got to be silliness. There's no way that's a serious strategy. The alpha waiting to happen between these T-49s is absurd. Or this is one way the meta could go.
It is quite possible. And that's where some metas actually happen. You plant the seed of, hey, this would be funny, let's try it. And then all of a sudden, wait, this kind of worked, let's try it again. Wait, this works. All right, let's try to refine this. Let's look at balance changes. Let's see where our weaknesses are. And that's where teams can realize those strategies come to life. But right now, the strategy of Simple Tankers is to stay away from the center, as Penguin Mafia will be taking the center play and moving up towards that lighthouse. A couple shots fired here. And Wolf Knife Laserbacon takes a hit. 517 total in that volley. Gigmaster fires back for retaliation. Does not land.
Angry White Guy looking for the shot. Not having a lot of time to zero. Doesn't look like a connection there.
Scrublet takes down Kraft Lawrence. First tank to fall on the side of Simple Tankers. Now look at Triumph and Canadian Mono. They're pushing up towards the flag cap to the north, but they're looking for a surround. They see Pub Whisperer. They want to get a kill. One shot against Pub for 246. Softening the blow. T-49 for 612. The total volley and Triumph with the double team from Canadian Mono, and then Scrublet moves in, but is not needed. They take down another tank. Now a press coming from Penguin Mafia towards the donut.
This is very similar to what we saw in their previous series. Not previous, yesterday's series, where when they were presented with that east-west option and control of the eastern cap, they took it. Now notice what's different. Oh, wow, Scrublet taking down Executus. This time, a little bit of a difference. Never mind. I'm not going to make this point. It's Simple Tankers is being torn apart.
Yeah,
it's just too many explosions to keep up with.
They are getting annihilated. Wolf Knight Laserbacon actually gets shot from behind by his own teammate Gigmaster, and he falls to wall hacks. Gigmaster lines up a shot against the R251, driven by Unknown One. Unknown. Oh, crash damage from Laxraw against wall hacks. Gigmaster trying to stay alive here. Canadian Mono actually misses that shot on the move, and Wallax falls. One tank alive. Unknown One, the Goomba! Can't get it. Can't get it. T-49 could not land on top.
Wait. Blaze. Blaze, do it! No!
And Blaze
Didn't get the
shoots on the
Goomba.
move. He shoots on the move in the Pershing, though. That's quite cool as well.
You get style points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definite style points. That drifting down the side of a cliff, turning your turret, and then firing. Can you imagine how tough that would be on a tank crew to initiate that?
I don't think that would happen very
Fury
easily.
2.
Everyone would be falling around. Everything in the tank would be falling around.
They have a bunch of seat belts, and they're just doing this, looking through that viewfinder. And then
The gunner would be strapped to the gun.
Yeah.
When it fires, he just goes like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, think about that.
That recoil could break your arm or worse.
It's pretty powerful.
It is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Steps will be the next map between these two teams, and Penguin Mafia is up 3-1 so far. They're 2 battles away from solidifying their position for both these teams here to see where they're going to fall in the total bracket of season play.
But with everyone playing everyone next season, it's not as big as in previous ones where you had the 2 groups. Your seeding was super important because you didn't want to get this team or that team or you wanted this play style. With everyone playing everyone this next season, it's a matter of your schedule when you're going to be playing against a certain team. So do you want to start the season playing Simp, or do you want to start the season maybe playing Bernal Empires?
It's fun to theorycraft and think about, if we play this team or if we did this or we did that. Sure, there are measurable outcomes that could have been different, but the most important outcome for any of these teams right now is to win. And every single battle, every single match that they have counts. It's always been that way since season 1, and even though it was new for the players and for ourselves and how we're going to do this, when you start to get into season 4, starting to get to season 5, you see things that work, that have been refined, and the thing that works is to prepare for every single opponent that you have. If it's a loss, you take your losses, you learn from them, and you move on instead of getting down on yourself and down on your teammates. Not necessarily the case for any of the teams that we've seen here, but when teams are not consistent, such as Simple Tankers, who are now back in the Gold League, but we're out. And in that scary realm of what do we do now as a team, they've made it back and hopefully back and better than ever. The next matchup, battle number 5, taking place on Steps, is about to begin. Simple Tankers will be on the defensive side, and Penguin Mafia will be attacking. Penguin Mafia in the red, Simple Tankers in the blue. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
We have 3 T-32s, 3 RU-251s, and a T-37 for Simple Tankers on the defense. This is a strategy that I believe will be similar to what we saw from them on Prolorovka just yesterday. Penguin Mafia bringing a Carnivern, perching T-69, 2 1390s, that T-49, and a T-37. Good bit of mobility in there, the T-49 with the Alpha. I think they're trusting in Scrublet's ability to execute, and I might agree with that. He's been doing rather well. The Carnivern's an interesting choice for me, though. It's kind of like a T-32, but not like a T-32. It performs much of the same role.
It is. We've seen it sparingly throughout previous seasons. I'd like to see its execution more prominent, perhaps, to see how exactly this tank can fit in these different tank strategies. But that's one thing that myself, you, our crew, and all the audience is going to look forward to for Season 5, is how tanks maybe we've seen a couple times in the past, like the Tiger 1s or even the Tiger 2s, better utilized by these teams in the new 7x54 format. Positioning right now from Penguin Mafia is getting close on that western side on that flag cap. Simple Tankers is staying towards the eastern valley, definitely an easier area to defend, but how are they going to deal with Penguin Mafia getting closer and closer to the center?
I think their strategy is clear the east, verify your opponent is not beginning a blitz in that direction, and then they're going to begin returning north so that they can make cover on the western cap. And that's with the T-32s. Angry White Guy and Unknown One are moving in that direction now. We've got Wall Hacks slightly to the south, so he gets a bit of a crossfire setup, better coverage, and he'll also be able to defend that east cap. With their light tanks, this is much like what we saw from, who was it yesterday, that was doing so exceptionally well on Steps, and they kept that hit squad of light tanks. That was, I'll have to think back to
Zulu
that.
Swarm?
Against Zulu Swarm.
Against Zulu Swarm. Let me take a look at my notes. As we're seeing some movement coming from both sides, the Simply Irresistible was the opponent.
I liked that strat, and we're seeing something similar here. And you were talking about this earlier. Maybe they practiced together. Simple Tankers and Simply Irresistible. This seems like a strat that two of them are interpreting slightly differently.
4:50 left on the battle clock here as Simple Tankers can play defensive. That is the nature of their role right now on this map. It's more up to Penguin Mafia to figure this out. However, Penguin Mafia is in a great place overall, right? Simple Tankers could come back, tie it up, and then the tables turn. Penguin Mafia is on the defensive. They can defend against this. But we're not necessarily seeing a pattern yet. We still need more data, but it's not becoming, well, defenders are going to stay here. And we're seeing some flex coming from the defenders, and I think that's very key, especially on Morovanka, excuse me.
It just shows the wide range of possible options.
It does.
Now that may begin to close later as teams get better and find stronger strategies, making some of those lineups not really viable anymore, just kind of forcing them out and forcing a more standard set, but we're not seeing that quite yet. We're seeing teams with their own styles, flavors, strategies, and their own lineups because there's quite a bit that you can work with now. The new light tanks have added options where there were less options before, where you brought a lot of 1390s and that was it. Now you've got 4 or 5 light tanks that you're expecting to see in any battle. M47's the T37. I guess Scrublet's T49 is a cool choice, but the RU-251, that's going to be in every open map, I bet.
Penguin Mafia has now adjusted their presence to be in the southern tip of the map towards the east, at the southern area of the eastern valley, right towards that entrance. Scrublet and the T49 getting close to that flag cap, and here comes the answer from Simple Tankers. Moving up on top of the ridge line is Pub Whisper in the RU-251.
Puts that one into the dirt, unfortunately.
It's a warning shot, a little low towards Penguin Mafia. Tofu Sworth and Pub Whisperer going to hang back, hugging the base of the hill here as Triumph maybe will push in to try to get a shot on the side. Tofu Smurf will see that tree fall down. Triumph will push forward.
Tracking himself.
And that's not good.
Gotta watch your driving on steps. It's one of those tricky little maps.
And Wolf Knife Laser Bacon crashes right into him on the side. Now Tofu Smurf could be isolated here. A Pub Whisperer is there to try to continue to put some fire into Penguin Mafia. Tofu Smurf will fall. Wolf Knife Laser Bacon tries to get out from the danger as Gigmaster is the next one to go down. Pub Whisperer got that kill. Triumph getting unloaded upon by Executus, and the rest of his teammates. Can Executus get the next shot? He does in the 251. Pub Whisperer now outmatched against Scrubble and Wolf Knife. However, one shot left and he will fall. Will be from Blaze Zero. Scrublet takes a shot for 258.
Here comes
Lawrence. Craft Lawrence, the T37.
Go, Craft Lawrence, go. Just this little tank that's
Takes a big hit for 234. Can't take down the T69, and Penguin Mafia is up 5-3. Tanks remaining on the field. Wolf Knife around the corner is low. Scrublet's going to hug towards them, and then they're going to branch off. Which tank will they focus on? The T32 will be Wolf Knife Laser Bacon's possible target, as Scrublet is going to get into the fray against Unknown One. A big shot from behind from this T49. That run and gun. He guns, but he can't really run. T32 is able to hit him, but Scrublet tries to get away, and the T32 is low compared to the amount of health that he had earlier. Unknown One is able to take down Canadian Mono, as Angry White Guy in the T32 still a presence that Wolf Knife Laser Bacon is trying to focus on. Scrublet, however, waiting on that reload. Could get it. Unknown One takes another hit for 256. Scrublet waiting for it. Waiting for that shell to be loaded to get that kill. And Blaze Zero is able to get it. Scrublet now with that one remaining shot can take down Angry White Guy or go for the ram damage.
Here comes Scrub.
Shot on the move, gets it. Scrublet with the running and gunning. The rest of his team, Penguin Mafia, puts another point on the board in this series. They are one battle away from taking it and determining seeding. They're both in the Gold League. I'm sure they're both a little bit more relieved. And I would definitely say this is a very rare and good opportunity for both these teams to measure each other right now at the early stages of Season 5. So I'm glad that they're having a little bit of fun, but they are still taking it with a serious dose of seriousness,
yes.
which is good, because you want to take that experience, that advantage.
Every opportunity to get better.
Exactly.
And it's surprising the way Penguin Mafia is performing. Simple Tankers, we've talked about their consistency in the past. Is this an example of them not being as consistent, do you think? I would tend to lean that way.
The consistency in terms of, in what respect? Positioning or firepower?
Their performance in general.
Okay. I feel that they're a little bit tilted. Both in a good way and a bad way. Tilted of, oh, we made it. Okay, great. And then, wow, this T49 is doing something that we were not completely prepared for, because we probably haven't seen it used this way on this map in such a manner. Yeah. And I feel that they're taking a lot of notes mentally. And so it's not necessarily like, oh, we have this amazing strategy, we're going to implement it. It's let's try this, let's do this, let's see how they do this, let's see how they execute on this, and to take notes that way and say, hey, we lost against this, that's okay, because we were more studying how they were performing.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a really unique opportunity to do this.
And what's cool about the T49 is kind of a point of discussion in the way of bringing it on any map at all. When I first encountered it, I said, this is probably not the best tank to bring. It has a long reload, the accuracy is inconsistent, but in the right hands, it's proving to be decent. And I think a lot of teams kind of said that wasn't the ideal tank, but we're seeing it proven here as perhaps the right tank to bring.
Penguin Mafia on the attack in the red, Simple Tankers in the blue, still on the defensive. Penguin Mafia is up 4-1 in battle number 6 on steps. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, we're looking at 3 T-32s, those 3 RU-251s, and the T-37, Kraft Lawrence. That's Simple Tankers, the defenders. Penguin Mafia will bring a Kernivern Pershing T-69, 2 1390s, and 2... Sorry, never mind. I thought that was a Bulldogs. That's a T-49 and a T-37. Excuse me. Scrublet. How could I doubt you? I got it mixed up for a second. I was looking at the little icons. They're very similar.
Should have looked at the stats for that Carnivore and see how it did.
Oh, I forgot to last time.
No, we'll check it again. We still have it saved. We also have the replays.
Yes.
Pushing forward, Penguin Mafia, maintaining the same course as last time, staying on that road. Let's take a look at Triumph and the Insult Tanker at 1390.
Opposite sides of the map. Interesting opening. And they're doing the same one as last time. Not much of a variation in this, or what are you seeing in that?
I'm looking more at the variation of Simple Tankers by sending more of their tankers to the south to cover the spread of the Eastern Valley. Penguin Mafia, well, they're sending 3 up north, then the other ones are kind of hanging back, so they're still close enough that it could turn into what we saw last time. As I say that, the northern tanks are starting to press more towards the east, and they want to have more of a presence around that flag cap, perhaps.
Kraft Lawrence barely getting out in time, I think. He was just getting just over the hill, just in time. As the T-32s are beginning to line up to defend, we've got Executus. I think he'll be the main scout in this area of the map. Or it could be Angry White Guy. I actually need to check his equipment, not of optics, but the T-32 has good view range already. He can work with that, I think.
Triumph will continue to use these railroad tracks as cover, as one shot will fly a little high from one of his teammates.
That's T-37, the Laxbra, I think. And he's got a good angle on Angry White Guy.
Let's check his angle right now. Yeah, he's in a good spot.
Raised.
And he's one of those tanks that can afford to keep peppering the enemy, and he can move out quickly.
He's also got a very strong camo, so he can just zero these shots. Sit still, wait, fire when given the opportunity, and with his orientation to the T-32, he's about like the 3, 4 o'clock. He can shoot off and maybe get a hit here or there. The 2 weak points.
Shot fired back for 306. I think Laxbra has outlived his welcome a little bit here on top of that rock. And another shot fired and a miss, but they know he's there. This little mound of dirt has saved his life.
I don't think he was spotted. I think that was just blind fire and saying, hey, this is that spot. And I don't know what Simple Tankers might call it, but you just might call it the grid, Alpha 2, Alpha 3 raised on the hill. And that's a fairly common position. It's well known. And so you could see that they were blind firing it. The shells landing in various different areas, blanketing it, you know, just keeping his head down.
Well, he's staying behind that mound as the rest of his team is moving to the south past the No Man's Road and slowly inching closer and closer towards that Eastern Valley. Simple Tankers, again, are on the defensive.
And Kraft Lawrence might be able to spot this push coming. Might just. I can't tell if he spotted it before he backed out, and he is leaving. And the shift coming from Simple Tankers. Let's see what everyone is doing. Pub Whisperer heading north. Tofu Smurf heading north, getting a little drift. Getting his drift on there. And the T-32 still looking to the west and north. Now, unknown one is shifting. Okay, I think Simple Tankers might be picking up on what's going on.
They're heading a little bit further north, but that's going to create an opening for Penguin Mafia to occupy that space that those lighter tanks were using to scout this type of advancement. And as they creep closer and closer, now a full-on sprint coming from Scrublet into the trees for camouflage. But they are pressing this position to start an advancement. But here's the thing. Simple Tankers have a great defensive play, at least facing the east. Southeast is a little bit tougher because the hills start to go down towards Penguin Mafia.
And on that point, you can see how Penguin Mafia is using the terrain to their advantage. They made an approach where they were not spotted. They used the trees as cover, also the terrain excellently well. They didn't get greedy and just go up and over any of the hills. They're going to be able to close the distance and catch their opponent a little off guard. Now, as proxy spotting, wall hacks might get within 50 meters of Blaze Zero. He'll get spotted automatically, but he's going to be so very close. And there it is. I think it's...
And he initiates one shot against Unknown One, and that is possibly the trigger for Penguin Mafia to move up. Blaze Zero takes a big shot. They have to make a decision now. The trigger has to be pulled at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Penguin Mafia still not pushing forward against wall hacks and Unknown One. This is a testament to how well Simple Tankers has placed their tanks in a defensive role. Unknown One takes a hit for 203. Blaze Zero still about half health. Scrublet in the T-49 pressing up. The run and gun wants a big hit against his T-32. Lines it up. Looks like he was not able to get it. 253 damage hit against him.
And there's the push. They're moving in on the T-32s, and if Simple Tankers does not react properly, they're going to be losing two of their biggest tanks.
Scrublet with a big hit against that T-32. That's the type of shot opening they needed to take down these two tanks. All tanks still left alive for Penguin Mafia. Finally, Blaze Zero goes down. 2 down for Simple Tankers. This T-49 is really coming in handy to be quite the finisher or the initiator, Randall.
It really is working out for him, and it's just finishing so well. And I have to also point out that he's focusing on the right tanks. He's hitting tanks that are healthier, that he can pen and deal good damage to.
And now he's up against the 251. He took 2 hits from Tofu Smurf. He takes another one, he will fall. Oh, he survives. 254 damage in that shot. However, he's moving towards the danger. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, Scrublet, and Kraft Lawrence in the T-37 is able to take him down. It is in Simple Tanker's favor, 4-3 right now. Gigmaster from far away. Can he lock down that shot against Tofu Smurf? No, Tofu is still behind that ridge, and Gigmaster's now going to be up against T-32, and he goes down. 2 tanks alive still for Penguin Mafia. Look how low Tofu Smurf is, still staying in the fight. Canadian Mono gets taken down by Pub Whisperer. Laxbra, last one alive in the T-37, takes down Tofu Smurf. Now Pub Whisperer from up above is going to stream towards Laxbra with the ram damage. Boom. Gets the kill. Simple Tankers puts a point on the board. They stay alive in the series, and it is 2-4 in favor of Penguin Mafia so far.
Not bad. That was Simple Tankers handling it well. I think you assessed their defensive position very well in that battle. Just picking up, they had their coverage to the west was just about perfect. It was all they needed to hold off their opponent, and then they picked up on their opponent's movements very well and then adjusted to that accordingly. It was costly, and I'm not sure that T-32 position that they have, where the 2 of them are split off, wall hacks and Unknown One, is quite appropriate, but they were able to recover from this.
And that's that shot that was so key to kill that T-32 quickly and to focus on wall hacks. Unfortunately for Penguin Mafia, they started to take too much damage because of this. And their contingency plan of moving back, it could not happen. They had to stay in the fight, which is testament to them that they recognize we're all in. Nobody wins on our side if we start backing up here. At least stay in the fight because there is a chance. And they just kept going for it, and it didn't work out for them.
Penguin did. I have to give them credit in that. Their focus fire was beautiful.
Yes.
Executus moves on up in the RU after they've killed the T-32s, and he does an excellent job. The Penguin Mafia does an excellent job of dispatching him. He was focused down well, and then when he was too difficult for everyone else to focus, you had 1 tank designated to get the killing shot. That was the Carnivore. And I had to appreciate that. Yeah.
The flip side now of Simple Tankers now on the assault and the attack mode, and Penguin Mafia now on the defense. Will we see the same type of RU-251 play coming from Simple Tankers that we saw earlier on today, or are they going to play it more cautious, a little bit slower, try to figure out which approach is going to work the best against Penguin Mafia? It's going to be tough to tell, especially when you're attacking for the first time and they're defending for the first time. But we're about to find out. What do we have for tanks?
All right, slight variation from what Simple Tankers usually does. T-32s, only 2 of them this time, 4 RU-251s and a T-37. So very similar to the defensive strat in tank lineup. Strategy might be a little bit different. RU-251s are going to just be a hit squad for Simple Tankers. Penguin Mafia, now being the defenders, the blue team, are going to bring that Carniverne again. They really do love it. 2 Pershings, a T-69, 1390, RU-251, and a T-37. What tank have they abandoned there?
Shot fired from Canadian Mono.
Oh, they've abandoned the T-49.
They've abandoned
Josh.
the T-49, yeah. I was thinking, what are you looking at, Canadian? There's nothing there.
Blind fire, just early
No
game.
T-49,
you
yeah.
know your opponent's general positions and layout, and if there's a clear shot to whatever route that is, if you time it right, you can get damage every match. Open maps, it's not common to see in pubs, but it's something that I think should happen more. You know your opponent's spawn. They're right over there. Just put a few shots out, see if you get a hit. Just fire an HE shell or something. You might damage their optics or something, or you might track them and they'll get spooked. Might work. I mean, what have you wasted if you don't hit? The shot goes out. It's not like you're probably spotted. You should have enough ammo in your tank that you're fine.
With it, as long as it's not a timing of, oh, we're going to assault now, I'm reloading.
Oh, and it has some long reload like a T-49 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a Carniverne. It reloads so quickly, and the shell velocity is pretty good, so you can just let it go.
Scrublet moving up towards Triumph and Laxbraw's position in the northern side.
Oh, wow. That was impressive. 2 shells right into Blaze 0, and he's going to be down to 946 hit points. That's nice for Simple Tankers. A little bit of a lead there. They can work with that. They have more light tanks than their opponent, and getting that little bit of damage will make it a little easier when it comes to the brawl, which I believe they're going for, at least when they cut off some tank.
More shots fired back and forth from Penguin Mafia and Simple Tankers. Canadian Mono got hit for about 241 HP. And Blaze 0 looking for an opening against the T-32s that have been attacking his teammate. None yet. Simple Tankers, time is not on their side. It's on the side of Penguin Mafia. Wolf Knife Laser Bacon gets hit for 296.
And finally a hit onto Simple Tankers. Angry White Guy is down to 1278, taking 1 shell. But the damage going out on Penguin Mafia is impressive. 3 tanks are just a little bit damaged, and that's just really convenient. You can work with that. It's easier to focus something down when it comes to the fight. Leaving everything a little bit low is workable. You can work with that. Ideally, you want to focus fire a lot of the time, but in a situation like this damage is just keep raking it in. That's all you need. Just rake damage in. They still have the gun, but when it comes to the fight that you should be planning for, it'll be easier.
Now all of Simple Tankers' rear guard are moving up towards the rest of the tanks that are on the Echo position, close to the flag cap. And they're moving into an assault mode to try to break the defense, and we talked about this yesterday. The long-range HP win and then moving into assault instead of going on top of the flag and hoping everything's going to work out in your favor.
Yeah, softening them up a little bit. And now we've got to move. Did they get spotted on the cross? If the T-32s are keeping opponents' heads down well, these RU-251s might be able to get in without taking much damage. Nice shot, 244 on the Wolf Knife. And there, they've paid about 500 damage for this position. And I think that's worth it. A little bit more now. About 700 damage we're approaching to start this engagement on the side of Simple Tankers.
Definitely worth it as long as there's no hesitation, but that hesitation does not exist once they put their tanks on the flag cap. It's now up to Penguin Mafia to break across this hill mound and to get those resets. Pub Whisperer will go down. Canadian Mono's going to continue to fire into Angry White Guy, it looks like, and he's going to get shot by wall hacks. A lot of HP going down for the side of Simple Tankers, but another tank falls, and that was Canadian Mono.
And here's what looks like the up and over. The light tanks are getting ripped apart. However, the Carniverne, big beefy tank for Penguin Mafia, is down, and that could work for the T-32s. All they have to do is just keep dealing the damage, but Wall Hacks needs to survive right now. The focus fire is just so good, though.
Wall hacks still alive, and then RU-251, he's going to try to back out, can't get it. Triumph gets the kill. Scrublet now focus on Tofu Smurf. Wolf Knife, Laser Bacon dies to Angry White Guy. Scrublet trying to body block that T-32. Can't get it. He still sees Tofu. He wants that kill, but he's waiting for that Pershing reload. It's Triumph that gets it. And that 251, he's waiting on another reload as well. 3 against 3 in this skirmish, in this brawl between these two tankers. Penguin Mafia just lost Laxbra. Now it's 3 against 2.
And
Triumph.
will Unknown One? No, he's not going to go for Triumph. I was really hoping he would. That's it. Yes, that is the focus fire that we needed to see from Simple Tankers. But now Scrublet is sitting at 994 hit points against 815. It's evened up, 779. It's dependent on how these guys play it out.
It is a one-on-one, the Pershing versus the T-32. If Scrublet does this, Penguin Mafia wins the series. Needs one more good shot into that T-32 to get the win, but so does Unknown One. And one more hit from the Pershing to get this. 287 damage on that last hit. Unknown One needs a big roll to close this up. Scrublet gets it right over the tank hull, and Penguin Mafia finishes the series 5-2, ending in a one-on-one brawl on a Pershing against a T-32. Well done to Penguin Mafia. Also well done to Simple Tankers. I feel both these teams learned a lot in this scenario, and I hope to see even more in the future.
Really am looking forward to seeing these guys, Simple Tankers, coming back and Penguin Mafia finally making it. Congratulations.
Finally.
Finally.
Finally, Penguin Mafia joins us. Well, Simply Irresistible and Doge Squad, make sure to sign up for Qualifier 2. We appreciate your efforts. You look good as teams. You just got to keep fighting and keep trying. If you have what it takes to make it into the Gold League, make sure to sign up now. You can get more information on the website down below, worldoftanks.com/UC/tournaments, or scroll down on our Twitch page and press that button where it says sign up for qualifiers. You need a team of at least 7. You can have a total roster of 10 people in case you need to switch out due to other conflicts.
I'd
or whatever.
recommend the 10.
I'd recommend the 10 as well. I'd really recommend the 10. But impressive play coming from these teams, and a huge congratulations to Simple Tankers and Penguin Mafia. I'm sure Simple Tankers is glad to be back. I'm sure they're messaging us on Skype right now. We'll have to check that later. Let's go ahead and recap the day today, Randall. I have to say, very, very impressive series from a lot of these teams here. Simply Irresistible and Penguin Mafia.
The 1-5.
Back and forth, yeah.
No, the 1-5, really strong play from Penguin Mafia. They showed dominance early on today, and they kept that momentum into their match with Simple Tankers, where they did end up going 5-2, a little closer, but still excellent play from Penguin Mafia consistently. They just did so very well across. It was like 2 hours and a break in between. That you can lose momentum after that first break because they're the first match. They've got a break for about an hour. Then they go to that. But they were able to stay strong and worked out. Simple Tankers, of course. What was your thoughts on their match?
I think the Simple Tankers match was great against Doge Squad, and that first run on Morovanka, where they came around on the eastern side, got behind, got past those hills, and had a great engagement. And then how well they were able to defend next to those hills on the eastern side was impressive to see. I look forward to how teams are going to try to adjust accordingly on the attacker side and also on the defense side when they're trying to go for the other flag cap. But that was an impressive play. Doge Squad still has what it takes. So you're just going to have to fight a little bit harder, a little bit longer to make it to the Gold League. But that first series, Simply Irresistible against Penguin Mafia, those T-49 brawls and that T-49 performance from Scrublet, not only in that series, but in the final series that we saw, and how the T-49s have performed. I wasn't joking around yesterday when I say I really want to see how this run and gun type style will work. We got to see that today. And I think with more refinement, it can be a very effective strategy.
Team T-49?
Team T-49 indeed.
All right.
Another American tank I look forward to having a lot more fun with. I'd like to thank everybody for telling us what they thought on the 754 new format, attack defense format. But let us know what you think overall, which team you're going to be rooting for, how happy you are to see Simple Tankers back, or excited to see Penguin Mafia join us by letting us know on Twitter at WGLNA, Facebook.com/WGLNA, and use that hashtag. It's easier for us to find the tweets and to put them up on the broadcast, which we've seen throughout the day. More information about the betting bot leaderboard, WGLConnect.com, and Dan Morris, our social media guy, will be taking care of those giveaways to the top 50 performers today with those points. So people are like, oh, I lost a couple points, No, keep betting because you could still be in that top 50.
And someone
range.
could go, throw a bunch of points out the window.
They
You
could.
know, who bet on Simple Tankers? Who bet on Doge Squad that last time? Some
Yeah.
people might have made a good few points there, and a few people might have thrown some points away that might throw those numbers off. And with 50 people,
Yeah.
that's a pretty large number of people who are in the running.
It's a good pool that can definitely earn a prize. Well, that does it for qualifier number 1 for us here at the studio. We're going to be back live next week on Tuesday at 4:45 Pacific time with our pregame show to detail what is going to happen in qualifier 2, which teams have signed up, and who we think's maybe going to make it. It's going to be the best team that wins. It's always the best team that makes it. Big congratulations again to Simple Tankers and to Penguin Mafia. On behalf